What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond and welcome to Thorium Gaming, and it's time to hop back into some more Blood and Jade, now that we've conquered all of Cathay proper, with the Burning Sands Nomads. I think that's what they were called. Fully into the fold, we now control everything down here. We did lose one of our caravans to the Skaven, but it was kind of expected.
The Lord Magistrate stands.
And we are dealing with the undead down here.
Shogungan Lord reporting.
So our first move is going to be to kind of concentrate our forces back towards our own territory. I mean, we've got the Nurglites down here under Kugath, Plaguefather, which we've been worried about the entire time, but they have a lot of Nurglings. And it's not like we're going to have to deal with Nurglings themselves. It is actually Kurgath himself, or Kugath, that is the real problem. Having faced him as other nations before, he's again, like, all of the Chaos Lordlings are incredibly powerful. The Demon Lords are in their own way. Kugath, not very good in melee, but an incredible caster. So, kind of got to worry about him. Meanwhile, up north, we are kind of closing in on the Curseling.
Think about it.
And now it just comes down to whether or not we can advance quickly enough to deal with him. We've got other armies coming in. We've defeated the Stormeater himself. Stormeater? Dragon Order Shagath, whose name is escaping me right now for some reason. Kolik Suneater. There we go. Suneater. They only have 2 locations left, and we do have to defeat them to get a long victory in. We got some Savage Orcs over here. So what we're going to worry about right now is possibly swapping out some of these units. It's very, very tempting.
Miao Ying.
Because a lot of these Jade Warriors are just depleted. They have nothing really left to them. And we're not gaining any back because of the chaos corruption that's up here. I mean, we do own it, but it's hard to say. I'm pretty sure we're gonna try and hold here for a little bit to see if we can get some reinforcements after a fashion. We may even have to just create a temporary lord to run some additional troops up here. Miao Ying's army has been beaten down a little bit. So what can we do for... Well, we can't get the Green Guardian, which is a Terracotta Sentinel, which helps. That'll replace our Sky Junk. I knew I could remember the word eventually. And what we can do, since we do have the option to recruit some allied units, we have 25 points with Karak Kadrin, 30 with the Golden Order, and 48 with Karaza Karak. We can get some pretty strong melee units. Now, we can only get 4 allied units in an army, and we have 1 already, which is the Empire Knights here. But if we look, we can get some greatswords. Only takes 1 turn to bring them in, and we can get 3 units of those. So if we combine 4 of these units of Jade Warriors and get 3 of the greatsword units coming in, because we're going to be sitting here and waiting anyway.
Power in the blood.
And this army has 4 open slots. It has no allied units in it yet. Pretty bog standard, but we can get some artillery in to help us out. We have 2 cannons. We could even get some gyro bombers or gyrocopters. It's really, really tempting. I mean, we've got 7 units of Jade Crossbowmen and 5 warriors. Only 2 pieces of artillery, though. So let's grab a couple of Grudge Throwers there, which will drop the total amount of troops that she's getting in. Karaza Karak should let us get some other troops, too. Now, this is our army with the Celestial Dragon Guard, along with a whole bunch of other troops, but it also has the 2 Terracotta Sentinels. So we're going to want some more foot troops, which we can get in the form of a couple of dwarf warriors. This is stretching the abilities of our alliances. Now, there's no melee troops in this army. So if we go over to Reichland, we can grab couple of swordsmen there, and if we go to the Ice Court, we don't have enough points with the Ice Court just yet, and it already has the max amount of allied units that we can get, because it has the Grudge Thrower and the Orchid Guns there. So taking advantage of our allies right now to reinforce our troops is a good thing. Now, Village of the Curseling is a little bit worrying, but we can kind of maybe bait Chat Painbringer back a little bit. We have these 3 armies here, which we were going to link up with Miao Ying. But what we can do, there's still a lot of chaos corruption in this area, but it's dropping pretty quickly. Yeah. There's 2 Yang.
Lord reporting.
If we come around this side of the mountain and go towards the Challenge Stone, and then push up, we might be able to draw those armies out. Or we could storm down here,
The path of
which I actually think is a better idea.
It is my calling.
Keep everybody in range. And they can push through and just start destroying down here. These 4 armies can sit and reinforce a little bit. Now Feng Ma, I want to say a lot of nasty words, because Feng Ma has been awesome this entire time, and we've got some really cool stuff, like the Bejeweled Dagger and the Von Karstein Blade, both of which are awesome and amazing. But we can take Barak Var. I mean, there is Wurzzag right here.
Says no.
Fighting him on the open terrain, probably not a good idea. We could do it right now, but he's got Black Orcs, he's got Savage Orc Chariots, and he's got 2 different kinds of trolls, along with an Arachnarok Spider. He's dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And while we have the Dune Dragons and a unit of Righteous Lances of Wei Jin, we would be suffering pretty bad fighting this army. It would be a tough, tough fight. But we're over here right now. Ogre's control here. If we fight Barak Var and take it, I mean, it's a tough battle. They've got some minor reinforcements coming in. A couple of units of Black Orcs. It's going to be tough, but if we do this correctly, we can take Barak Var and just kind of hole up and maybe, just maybe, keep the entire area under our control. I mean, Feng Ma being this far out means she's not really in a place for easy reinforcements. Looking at the map, we're going to have a tough time taking this city. Reinforcements are going to be coming from the back. I think we're going to approach from this gate right here and try to charge down and through to the main victory location, the plaza in the center. Ragnarok spiders are just nasty, but we do have a ton of artillery and sky lanterns, so with any luck, we should just be able to devastate the enemy troops on the gates and everything well away from the fight. I mean, there's an Arachnarok spider in there. There's 2 Arachnarok spiders. Yeah, we're gonna have to play this pretty good. We're gonna have to destroy any siege towers on the outside, use magic really, really well, and with luck, be able to use our artillery to its best advantage. We'll really have to see, but never know. Hopefully we can just break them. These rocket batteries doing their thing would be pretty awesome. We'll have to see the actual battlefield before we get in. So let's take a look before we commit to the fight. I mean, it's a dwarven settlement. So there's lots of places to go. Now, where is that main... Alright, so that's the main strategic location that we have to take. And this right here looks like a nice little gate to attack. There's only 1 guard... Oh, there's 2 guard towers. But if we position our artillery properly, we should be able to knock those out and then just advance on the gate. We're just going to start deployment too, because we don't need much more in the way of Winds of Magic. So let's just get all of our units set up. So it's our artillery right now is the big key to this fight. Maybe do we push through this gate? These will set our Celestial Warriors up here, right next to our artillery pieces with our archers behind. And we do have our Ancestral Warriors that we can use at our leisure. Our Sky Lanterns up there. And this is a slight hill here. I'm still really bad at articulating where artillery should be, so we'll see.
Order and harmony.
Alright, we'll start it up and then we'll pause to see what we've got. We'll have this unit destroy that tower, this unit destroy that tower. That should be all she wrote there, and we will possibly run Feng Ma up and just start dropping spells on all these units behind, preferably on the Arachnarok spiders. We'll have our main unit here advance to cover our archers as they walk up to do some more damage. We'll have our other 2 spellcasters move in behind that, and our Longma riders, who are going to be charging in to decimate other things. We've got some Orc Error Boys and some Black Orcs up on this wall here. Have to deal with it.
Raise the dragons.
But our Sky Lanterns are already doing their thing.
Descendant of dragons.
Let's just start casting some spells off. Heroes getting beat up a little bit. Alright, so the enemy towers are down, and with the orcs not being able to outshoot us, we can sit here a little bit and just try to whittle their forces down. Didn't really cost us anything to do that either. There we go, we got some enemy archers coming in.
Celestial Sorcerer!
Born of dragons.
Let's actually advance Feng Ma up a little bit and see if we can get a better cast of the Wall of Fire off.
We fight not only for our lives, we fight for our ancestors' honor.
Now, those trolls should be taking extra damage from the flames. You guys still firing?
Rocket battery!
The Celestial Faithful! Seeking Cathay's pulse!
We'll advance our rocket battery a little bit. Actually, advance our artillery too, see what we can do with them.
Rocket battery!
Sent by dragons.
Get our Sky Lanterns over here too. At this point, it's just speed it up and do as much damage with our casters and our archers and artillery as we can. See if we can decimate their forces before we actually have to go over the wall. More damage we do to them now, the better off we are when the time comes to actually jump into the fight. That caused some significant damage. Let's actually send another wave of fire down this way. So anything that's coming up on this wall right now is just getting decimated. It's kind of what we want too. We want another big constellation of the dragon to go off. See if we can troll a bit of the enemy archers with Feng Ma. Some of our units are getting hit, but it's not bad enough to warrant actually worrying about just yet. Hopefully this hits that big orc unit as well as the archers. There we go. Cook those big uns too. So we've got a lot of them on the retreat. And the battle shifted to pretty much even right now. Those are Savage Orcs? Savage Orc Biggins. Kind of waiting for them to kind of group up a bit more. We can drop another Constellation of the Dragon on them. That's almost a full troll unit. Okay, so we've broken one of the set of Goblin Archers. Completely routed it. Let's see if Feng Ma can get another wall of fire off and cook some more people. So let's advance just to the base of the walls and see if we can start shooting over. Our Longma Riders, we might be able to just streak in to kill these arrow towers now. And we might as well send a chain lightning over on top of those trolls. These trolls are really eating up all the magic without dying, so let's use our Longma Riders to kill off these buildings. Do they have another tower up here? Alright, we gotta pull our Longma Riders out before they die. Bring our cannons and our rocket batteries over here. So there's a lot of dead orcs and everything around here. Are we almost out of Winds of Magic? Yeah, the reserves are down, so we've got 8 points left. Ragnarok is still full health. That is so not good. And we've still got some orc boys. We've got some artillery. I'm wondering if we can slip our Longma Riders over their forces and just beat up on those rock lavas. And all of our archers are out of ammo. So I guess it's time that we start assaulting the walls here. And just to delay the enemy a little bit, we're going to toss our Spirit Warriors on the other side of the wall, let them take some of the damage. The enemy gatehouse is gone now too, so we can have our troops kind of go in through here. Throw the Golden Hounds up on that little fight. Now comes the 100 million coin question as to whether or not we can beat this Ragnarok Spider and its friend. If we charge everything in, we should be able to do it. Okay, the first Ragnarok is broken. Now it's just time to hit the second Ragnarok and try to break it. Are they going to get the army loss penalty here? A lot of their morale is starting to creep down. Still got a full unit of trolls, which not good for us. Big ones are breaking. Trolls are breaking. Okay, there's their army loss penalty, and we're just gonna accept the victory and not take any more damage here. 300 losses for the city is still really bad. Our Longmire Riders took a massive beating. I think we lost them. In reality, we should probably just raise the city and move on and stay ahead of Wurzzag. Wurzzag? Yeah, he's the Great Green Prophet. He's the Savage Orc leader. Yeah, our Great Longmire Riders are gone. So if we raise the city...
Dragon-blooded sugar.
He is right there.
Wind shaper.
We could possibly get in to these lands up here to recoup. I do want to take Karak though. Hard choice to make. But that bought us some time. And Fengma's not immortal yet. Another level before we can do that. Hard to choose what we want to do next. Oh, we shouldn't have the Will of Dragons or Ranged Discipline yet.
It is mine by blood rights.
You now have a Wujing Compass. We'll get you Ranged Discipline. And your Common Cassandora isn't maxed out yet either. Okay, so that did not go exactly as I had hoped. But we'll go with it. It's still a massive blow. They lost the capital of a region. We managed to gain a little bit of money out of it too. So, we'll just go with it. Might as well upgrade Bei Chai while we're thinking about it. Wei Jin has... Oh, we're just short for the Celestial Court, so we'll wait on that. Right, this is our probably strongest caravan right now. It's got to go through all of this territory that's in major distress, though. It's all red. That's Karak. We'll have to send it to the dwarves, but there's a ton of threat along this route. No, it's fine. It's fine. We'll do it. And we'll let the other nations go and see what it's like. Sometimes it is really tough to pick out where you want to send your caravans and all that sort of stuff, but it is what it is.
Supreme Matriarch once more.
Defensive alliance with the Tomb Kings. Who are you at war with? The Chevaliers de Lyonesse. Oh, you're at war with both Imperial and Elven people. We can't do that, Cetra. We cannot do that at all. I wish we could, because Cetra's actually a really strong lord to be allied with. But not when he's up against some of the people that we really want to ally with. Teclis, of course, being one of the strongest magic users in the old world, as well as being a very good ally to have when we're playing Cathay, because he is in the Southlands and they are west of us, and that's one less thing that we have to worry about there. So now there's a wild hunt in addition to the Elven, or Wood Elven endgame. Orion is doing a wild hunt, which means they're going to be even more dangerous than they were before. The Turtle Gate's going to be under attack here soon. We're kind of fighting that. Wurzzag Compass is ready, so we'll just set it to the Celestial Lake. Alright, so Feng Ma is hurting right now, pretty badly. So what we're going to do is we are going to pull back in range of our dwarven allies here who are actually using the allied mechanics. So he's got miners, which are terrible. Miners are bad. They've got armor piercing, and they're good against gates. And they're technically armored. They're very, very, very crap units by comparison. I have never liked miners. Now, Tu Yong and all of her varied forces. So we've got the Suneater's troops there. We've still got Village the Curseling.
Dragon-blooded Shogun gun.
We don't want you to go too far, because you're not the one that moves the furthest. Or the shortest, I should say.
By our ancestors.
So we'll move these ones in on the tail end.
Shogun Lord reporting.
We got one more turn before these lords can move, because Miao Ying is still recruiting some great swords. That'll max out her abilities.
Celestial ancestors.
And before we forget, let's go all the way down to Wei Jin, which was one of the targets we had for the very start of the game, and let's get the Celestial Court. So +2 control for the entire faction, diplomatic relations with all of Cathay, which, well, we don't really need anymore. There's no other Cathayans out there. Control +10, Lord Recruit rank, and income from all buildings. That's what we want, is the money. More money. More money is better. More gooder.
The Iron Dragon.
So Zhao Ming, we do have an orcish lord up there that's causing problems. So we're going to get you to take your ragtag misfit group of soldiers here, and we're going to get you up here into the Vale of the Titans as quickly as we can. And we'll deal with Zark. We'll have you push through the mountains. See what that's all about. Down here, we got to check out what's happening with the undead, and it looks like the Chaos Lord got pushed back.
Lord
So Ming Fan, we're going to get you to move up a little bit, because there's Helman Ghorst. I don't know if we can bait. Oh, that's really, really tempting. Now we know where Ghorst is, so we're going to get just out of his movement range.
No.
For normal attack. He should end about here for his normal movement range, especially in this area. This guy's suffering attrition because he's got the Nurgle Plague. Ah! And it looks like Kugath went... Ooh, that's Unspew, not Kugath. So maybe Kugath did get beaten back by Helman Ghorst. I'm not going to upgrade any buildings right now. We're going to let it go to another turn.
The Lord Magistrate stands ready.
And of course, the Magistrate that I completely forgot about, again, is now doing his thing. But if we can get him down with the 2 Shogun Gun down in the west... Wow, lots of pauses in my brain today. I don't know what that's all about. If we can get him down to the west with the other 2 lords, we might be able to push on Helman Ghorst and eliminate him for a short time. I mean, we did blow up his tree, so that's the thing that happened. But getting rid of him, or taking a few of the territories down there and getting rid of the Vampiric Corruption, would be a definite bonus. And it might even help free up some of the trade lanes that we have going that way. I mean, there's not really anyone that we're allied with. The Warhost of the Apocalypse is declaring war on us. Which is bringing in a ton of Norscan tribes, and he's going to war with pretty much all the forces of order. Sorry for dragging you guys into this, but... well, it is what it is. Pretty much we are in the title of the series right now, Total War, dealing with all of the factions of Chaos. Now, I'm hoping that the Ice Queen is doing okay against the forces of Chaos down here. I mean, the Warhost is pretty strong. It's not invincible, but it is pretty strong. But right now, we are mostly focused on
A suitable location. Advance.
dealing with enemy expansion. So it looks like Helman Ghorst pulled back. does have a Terrorgeist and 2 sets of Blood Knights that we're aware of. He also has Graveguard with great weapons and 2 units of Cairn Wraiths. So we're definitely going to pull back and wait for the 3rd Lord to get in here before we even consider going after him. Graveguard with great weapons do scare me a little bit. They are... yeah, they're rank 7 too, so they are the ones that he started the campaign with. I'm pretty sure they're nasty. Just straight up nasty. High leadership, high attack value, high defense value, hard to break, and damn near impossible to kill. Looks like we have an enemy there.
Praise be to the Iron Wind.
Now the Veil of the Titans we can hold on to. There's lots that we gotta pay attention to. These. What faction are you? Oh, that's a rebel faction of ogres. That's fine. Now Miao Ying has her army set up. This is going to be a massive battle. Just straight up massive.
The storm abides.
Making a ton of cash right now. All of these lords should be able to move. Gotta be careful there. So move Miao Ying up. And we are going to keep all of the lords around her. I don't really care if the orc slips past and starts taking this area. Corruption's gone, all of this is gone. These armies actually making troops back? No, they're not making troops back just yet. Do we have to get a building that will allow us to do that? Because it's the area that's causing it. Could have sworn it was one of these. Those are growth, construction costs, casualty replenishment rate. It's these 2 bad boys, right? Well, it's this bad boy right here, but we don't want to unbalance ourselves right now. So, with Chant Painbringer here, Miao Ying getting ready to press in on this, he has a lot of spawn. I think the only thing in Village's army that actually gives me cause for concern is the Severed Claw, the Specialist Aspiring Champions. Well, Village himself, because, well, he's only rank 16, and Miao Ying is significantly tougher now. That was the one big thing we couldn't fight face-to-face with him. Now she can probably outcast him, and we've got a Norskin army coming down from the north as well. And these guys are the puppets? Yeah, they're the vassals. That's the word I'm looking for, of Kolek. So the big deal here is once Kolek's back on the map, and he should be back in the next couple of turns or so, he's going to be a real pain in our behinds. So what we're going to do is divert these 3 armies up towards Kolek's Challenge Stone and see if we can wipe it out. I was going to get this into one massive battle against Village when we're finally done with the Masters of Misrule. I do not particularly care about the Savage Orcs here. Now, Feng Ma, who has done an amazing job. Oh, Wurzzag. Oh. There are 2 massive Wood Elven armies here that have, like, Forest Dragons and Blade Singers and Wildwood Rangers. That's a lot of dragons, Durthu. Holy crap. And he's got Zotes. Okay, that is a massive amount of very, very large, very, very, very scary troops. So, Feng Ma, we're going to bump you into Dwarven territory. And we are going to be very thankful that Kidrin is our buddies. Like, very, very happy. Thank you, Slayer King. Because right now you're saving Feng Ma and her troops from getting completely cut off by elves. Lots and lots and lots of elves. Are they even at war with the orcs? They should be. Oh, this scroll's a little bit too fast. Bloody hands. They are not at war with the orcs. So I I guess the elves are only mad at us? Oh, that's terrifying. That is the wrong button. So if we go to our victory conditions, our long campaign victory, which is where I was going to declare victory for the campaign itself, we got to kill the Heralds of the Tempest and the Puppets Misrule. And we have all those bastions done. What's the total settlement count? We need to do it 10 more times. Holy crap, we got to do that before these armies get all the way out east. Well, this just got a whole lot more serious. Alright, so let's let the other nations go and see how badly this turns out for us. Because, I mean, this could be bad. This could be very, 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 very bad. I might just have to have Feng Ma go around and just start racing settlements left, right, and center. Well, Miao Ying and the other armies just decimate the 2 people that we gotta destroy so we can claim victory and go, okay, elves, you can settle down. Make a peace treaty, and we can let the world recover for a bit. And you want us to join war against the Ecstatic Legions and the Vanaheimlings for 2,100 gold. You know what? We're at war with every other Agent of Chaos. Let's do it. Let's just straight up do it. It'd be kind of cool to do a Chaos playthrough where we try to get all of the Warrior of Chaos champions, so Valkyria the Bloody, Village, Festus, and Azazel. We're still getting warband attacks up here. Now that's kind of worrying. Savage Orcs moved in, I'm not too worried. I'm not worried about losing anything outside the Bastion. 1 point into Yang, so I'm not too concerned there. We can easily fix this. Crane gunners, power mixing for fire rain rocket units. Oh yeah, we want that. We want that right there.
All Cathay will benefit.
Okay, so this is where things get a little bit tricky.
Child of the Nine.
If you go back to regular stance, you can get within range. But it's all Chaos Corruption. So we'll have to suffer... Oh, and Kolek himself is back. And they have a 3rd army. Okay, so what we want to do is try and bait Kolek into coming in and fighting this battle with his army.
Wherever Cathay needs me.
So instead of just running straight out, we're going to bait him in.
Shameless absurdity.
Let's go deal with Feng Ma first. That's the army we want. So where did everybody down here go? Wurzzag's still coming up towards us. But if we pass up this way, we're at war with the Vampire Council. We could have some good fights in here, do some racing and everything towards the cities that we have to capture, and possibly gain some necessary friendship with our dwarven allies and everything while we're at it. So we'll move up to the river and try to push through afterwards. This is all slightly vampy. So they do have Castle Drakenhof, which is nice. I have Eshin right now. A few vampire armies. Niklau. Vlad's right there.
Will not.
So we might have to fight him. Wow, he's got a lot of Noblars. Okay. Now, Miao Ying. This is where
Power in the blood.
it becomes Surus
A thoughtful
Belznos.
maneuver.
Surus.
Many
Surus.
feet, one purpose.
Totally Surus. I do not know why I'm saying things like that,
But a sp-
but I am.
Warden of the Great Bastion.
And it is a massively decisive victory. You would lose the Empire Knights and a few foot soldiers. Let's just get rid of Village's last territory. Occupy it so we're not suffering casualties there. Now, surely Village does not have any more settlements. No settlements. None at all. So that's got to be their last army right there.
Beyond your comprehension.
Child of the Nine.
And then we have our forces down here.
Harmony above all.
Who are these guys? Oh, they're gold tooth. Our
There
caravan will
is
probably make it
wisdom
through there just
in
fine.
this. Onga.
Our lord will come up.
Master of Feng Shi.
The path of destiny.
Alright, so everything's looking pretty good.
Celestial blacksmith. Test of
Rock lavas, not like pump
we
wagons.
shall prevail.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool animation for a victory.
They pay the iron price. Xiao Meng, the path of metal.
Alright, so Xiao Ming will take care of the mountains up here.
Against council order.
Clan Varric.
No fool that's safe in the world.
Just so many large armies.
Storm Dragon.
Miao Ying's getting her spellcaster on. Right now, I think we kind of want... Reassuring presence sounds good.
The
Less
Bastion's defense requires it.
attrition casualties. And I really... Like, the heroes for Cathay, I don't like their ability setups. It's a little... weak, shall we say. Hinder replenishment. Because once you get all of the skills in the main spell bar, there's, like, all these are kind of unimportant if you're using them as an army hero. Take specialists, whatever, it doesn't really matter at that point.
Born to rule.
And we will get you, you've already got inspiring recruitment, which is kind of cool. Get you part of the inn.
It befits my high station.
Now, I'm guessing
Offspring
that
of dragons.
what's left of the Puppets Misrule is just gonna, you know, bash itself against the wall by attacking us
I was
on
born to
its
wield
next movement. So that's probably the end of Village, which we need. The cheaty, magic-y pain in our butts. Really do think he needs a rebalance, but I'm not very
I
good,
will
so that
be
could just be my
obeyed.
personal opinion. Take it for what you will.
Power
Still have
is
more unassigned skill points. We have so many heroes and lords at this point. We have a commandment available, and we're gonna do the control plus 4. No. Don't need research rate. Do that one for now. And we could upgrade the Valeri. Where is the Valeri? That's what we just took. Yeah, we'll upgrade it. And the Fortress Spies, we will give Ramparts. Because we can.
The glory of Cathay.
We'll let the other nations go and see what happens. Maybe Village will just kamikaze into our walls. Why do we keep getting individual, like, glimpses into the Warriors of Chaos or the Demons of Chaos or whatever those are? I'm gonna have to go over and see which army that actually is. I have no idea. But it is there, it's happening. So we get to see a little bit of what they're doing. Apparently we have another new nation that has popped back up. It's really weird seeing that jump up and down. Are you gonna declare war again? Yeah, you are. Make our lives that much more difficult. Now we gotta fight the orcs too. But we expected them to go back to war with us sooner or later. Yeah, 2 units of hounds. And that should be the end of you. Yep, we're down to 91. No more Puppets of Misrule. We are done with that one off the map.
Fight in order to ranks.
Tempelhof declaring on... Well, yeah, we're going to side with Tempelhof. Or not with Tempelhof, against Tempelhof.
We are order.
Again, do not care about anything beyond the borders. Don't care about the gates at this point. Puppets of Misrule are done. balanced, we're good.
Our ancestors watch over us, always.
Now, we got a lot of options in what we could do. We're probably going to try and pin him and destroy him and deal with the challenge stone not too long from now, because I think the last place that Kolek has is up north. Pretty sure it's somewhere in here. Tough call. But that's where we're going to end it for this episode, guys. Lots to go in the future, winding down to the end of it all, but with so many Wood Elven armies coming at us. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, join me in this or other Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. And remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.